Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Book Buzz Show. I am your host, Cheryl Brooks. And if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you enjoy the upcoming show, please like, subscribe, and follow the broadcast. Especially hit that like button. It helps the show get noticed by others. So I really appreciate that. Also, be sure to stick around for our second segment, which is where my co host and I give our book highlights for the week. They don't have to be anything that we read this week, just something that stood out to us, usually a 4 or 5 star, that we want to share with other book lovers. Um, Also, we have a great show in store for you this evening. I'm excited to talk to this author. This is my first time actually having her on the show, so I'm excited to get to know her a little bit. Our guest for this evening is C. Monet, and we'll be discussing her book Crash. And let me bring it up on the screen. One moment. All right, and that is the cover. I love the cover too. That's the cover for Crash, Love and Scrub series by C. Monet. For those who are listening later, and those who are watching, that is the cover on the screen. All right. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on tonight's guest along with my co host this evening, Katina Brown. Bring them on board.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Monet, it's great to have you on the show.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We have a few people in the audience, looks like.
We do.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hi, Myra. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Myra.
Island, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Islam.
Also, we'll keep an eye on Instagram because it doesn't show up in the main feed. So, Katina, if you can help me check over there as well throughout the night. All right, so we're going to get right into it.
Yes.
And of course, I'm about to cough. So before that happens, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started on your professional ranger?
Yeah. So originally, I guess at first it all started off with blogging. Um, I, I was a reader myself. I loved reading. This was before Kindle Unlimited really came around, but so it was just reading, and then I ended up really falling in love with like Nako's books. And so I just connected with her, and she had this blog that she was running called The Passport. And so I would just, write different blogs about what was going on in my life at the time. I had just got remarried. So just, blogs like that. And I had a really good friend, and she came to me and she was like, "You got a book in your belly." And it's just, I kind of, blew her off a little bit. But here we are.
Okay.
Later. So that, I guess that's the best way to say it, is I started blogging at first, and my friend, kind of dropped this seed in my head a little bit, and it came,
Yes,
it
ma'am.
was fruition, and here we are.
Okay, so what was your first published book?
So my first published book was titled "Did You Think I'd Crumble?"
Okay.
And it was a two-part series. What I wanted to tell about myself and my own story.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what lane it fit in. It was, part truth, part fiction. I didn't really.
Okay.
So but Nako was very helpful. She had just started her own publishing company at the time, and
Wow.
so she was like, write what you got or whatever, and send it to me, and then I'll help you publish it. So I ended up signing with her and publishing those two books.
Very nice. Okay. So you said you weren't sure what genre they fell into.
I
They
didn't.
just
At that time, I don't even know. It wasn't until I signed again with another publisher that I think I realized like that it was more than just writing, right?
okay.
There are
Hmm.
genres, there's tropes, and this was back in 2017. So I want to be
Okay.
very clear about that. Like, this was a while ago. Um, I
Okay.
think this is when everybody started realizing we can do this on our own a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So did you try to shop it around first, or did you decide always know that you were going to do independent?
Right.
I always I did. So when I first went with NACO or whatever, I didn't know what I was doing as far as just in the landscape and what was available and what options were out there. So obviously she was an indie publisher herself at the time, an indie writer, so she had she knew what she was talking about. I love the Underworld series, so we had built a friendship, so I trusted her, and I didn't really know who to go to with it, so she let me kind of write while being signed with her, so we worked
Oh,
kind of
okay.
worked through it together, and yeah, so I didn't know what to do at that point.
That's good that you had somebody that
Yeah,
was
for
willing to
sure.
share what they knew and
I
give
feel
you
like
some.
that interaction with her kind of shaped everything I've, done since I started, to be honest with you. So
Okay, I love that. Um, Now, how does it? What's your writing process? What comes to you first, the plot or the characters?
here lately, I feel like it's been the characters have come to me more, but I'm in a standalone series type vibe right now where, I don't know, I'm in a found family vibe. So
Yeah.
I'm focusing on, friend groups. I'm writing a lot of friend groups or, you know, obviously with Crash, like,
Right.
that was a collab. So this had been something that like six of us had talked about this entire time. We met online, we met on Zoom. We,
Mhm.
figured out what we wanted to name the hospital, what places were at this location. So all of that was kind of already done for me. So, but normally I'm a big outliner. I like to outline. I don't always follow it after I've written the outline, but I do like to know that it's there. It's
Right.
right. I like to
I like that.
pretend I know how to control these characters. But I have, I start with a groundwork, but it just really depends. Characters sometimes come to me, plot lines sometimes come to me. I can be watching something and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to do that. I've wrote a
Mhm.
lot of books like that where I was like, I
I
want to do
love
that
that though.
best.
I love that. Because with the outline too, I'm sure it helps you especially like if you do a series, as far
Yeah.
as not
It's a
forgetting
lot to
like a
keep up
certain
with.
characteristic. Yeah.
Even when you're just writing a standalone, it's a lot to keep up with. And
Mm.
I like, a lot of people I think think it's super easy if I see a lot of people like, oh, well, the names change. Sometimes that happens. You'll be like, oh, what did I call her?
Right.
And maybe they're not an important character, but you're like, wait a minute. Or that's not how I spelled her name when I first wrote
Right.
it.
Right.
You just have to kind of, it's I don't take my process. I don't lock my process in because I just don't want to operate with anything I do like that. So, like I said, I try to start with a little something, but
Right. You're
I
not
don't do
married to
it all
it.
the
You
time.
you
Right.
do your
I'm
thing.
not,
Yeah.
wherever I'm fluid, whatever I want to write, I'm going to write it.
Love it. Love it.
Right.
Okay, so this is some questions that I started asking the
Okay.
romance authors that come on the show, and we had a great time with it with the
Okay.
author last week. So, no right or wrong answers. Whatever.
Okay.
This is all personal to you. Okay, so what's a favorite romantic gesture made by one of your characters that stood out to you?
So it's funny because I just made a status like this a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Like,
really? Okay.
one thing my male character's gonna do, we gonna gift a car. Somebody getting a car.
Yes.
Somebody's getting a luxury vehicle. I don't know what that is,
Oh man.
but
And we got
you
that
can
in trash
guarantee
We got
too.
somebody
that.
by the end of the book. So I'd have to say that that's one of my favorite gestures. And I don't know, like I've been without a vehicle before. Like
Mhm.
I've lived a life that I don't have enough time to like go through all the things that I've experienced in life and the ways that I've had to shift and you have to
Yeah.
make do. So I don't know, like one of the things I've always had an issue with, and this is partially my fault because I don't know anything about cars, but I've always had an issue keeping a car, whether it was it breaking down
Right.
or you just needed a new one.
Mhm.
So for me, like that's the one thing that I need stability in is a vehicle because I've got kids, so I don't know. They're gonna get a vehicle. Somebody is getting a vehicle, and it's going to be a luxury vehicle, and it may be within 2 days of meeting them. I don't know. It's just really what we have going on, but it's fun. I love that. It just
I love it though.
That's a good one.
Remember when Oprah was when she had her show?
yes,
Yeah,
we get a
everybody was
car.
getting a car.
Everybody gets a car. Okay, everybody's getting a car,
Oh man.
Even if she don't want it, and for
even if
effort,
she doesn't want it. You're getting
get it.
Oh man. And Myra said that's how she writes when she sees or hears something interesting. She can make a story out of it.
everything is a story.
Hmm.
You just got to remember to write it down before you forget it.
Right, right, right.
Just add it to the rolling list of
Right.
things to do and things to write because it
Little
never
piece of
stops.
paper.
It never ends.
All right. So, what is your favorite romance movie or romance book? What's your go-to?
Ooh. Okay, favorite romance movie. I'm gonna have to go Brown Sugar.
Okay.
Um, and I'm not even a friends to lovers girly. Like I'm
Oh,
not
really? Okay.
even. That's not one of. I don't really. I don't know. I always find it very difficult to write those storylines for me because somebody knew from the jump that they like this person a little more than
Did.
friends. I feel like friends is just the safest way we can, go about toning down the rejection possibly until
Mhm.
you can make an impression on this person. But somebody knew from the jump.
They knew.
But um Brown Sugar is definitely it's just comedic relief. It's friends. It's I just that's one of my favorite romance movies. Now my favorite romance book, probably maybe for the summer by
Who are
Aubrey Penn.
who is by who?
Aubrey Penn.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Love it. Love it.
I've
And
really raved about that book for about a year.
oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check it out. All right. So, what is your favorite romance trope to write or read?
Ooh,
And you
to
already said friends and lovers is not your.
yeah, this is not my favorite. Found family. I really like found family. I like uh hopefully y'all can hear my dogs, but I like found family. I like enemies to lovers. I feel like I can write that a lot easier. I do. I like a good enemies. I can't stand you.
Yeah,
um,
that's my least favorite.
Yeah.
but
Mostly
somehow
because
we
we go
ended up
on and
here.
on and on and on and on and on. And then it's
Whatever.
Somehow we ended up here. That is so. But I don't know. I love them all because I feel like in some way, form, or fashion, like I like forbidden romance too. I don't
oh
know. I
yeah.
feel like the things that you're not supposed to probably be doing. That's what I like to read about most.
Okay. Jennifer is agreeing with you. She loves
Yes. Oh,
maybe for
For
summer.
something.
she knows. She knows. She's in my reading group. She knows. When I
um,
talk about Aubrey. Well, Aubrey's a good friend of mine, but maybe for the summer is just one of those books when I got back into reading over this last year that just knocked me like just blew me away.
okay. And you know, I love that too when authors are still able to enjoy reading because I know some
Yeah.
have come on the show and they say they don't. they can't read anymore since they started writing?
It's not easy to do, but you do have to be intentional about it. And for me, I decided to, because again, I started as a reader, so
Right.
I missed that vibe of
Mm-hmm.
being a reader. And I think also too that there's a part of being in this community and also being a part of the community. I
Mm-hmm.
obviously want to be a part of it as an author, but I want to talk to the girlies about what they're reading too, because I'm intrigued. So
Right. Right.
for my birthday, that's what I ended up asking my husband for. I wanted a Kindle. I was like, well, if I feel like if I get a Kindle and I'm not reading on my phone, I'll feel better about reading. It'll be a treat
Right.
because if I'm
Right.
on my phone and I get a notification, I'm gonna look. So I was like, okay, I got the Kindle, and so now I try to read as often as I can. I'm reading In the Gray right now by B.B. Reed.
Okay.
So I'm reading that right now. So yeah,
I'm writing it down.
it's right now. It's
Let me
good
know.
so far. I haven't finished it.
My TBR is so
Yeah,
already so
maybe yours
long,
is
but
mine.
Ooh.
yes,
Yours is
yes. Okay, so this one is a good one. What's the most overused romance cliche that you secretly love?
mine.
And Katina, you can tell me too. And people in the audience. Jennifer, remember this last week?
Oh Lord, I
We
know.
had
I'm
fun with
thinking.
this last week.
There's the okay, the overused cliche
You
that I
said
love.
overused.
Okay, I'll help you. You know what mine was
What was yours?
and last week, and it's still the same. I love this is very overused, but I love it. Is when they're running through the airport trying to
Yeah.
get to their love one before they
Yeah.
leave, or they're rushing through traffic
Yes,
trying to get to the airport.
yes.
That's probably my favorite. One of my
I
favorites.
feel like for me, I'm gonna have to go billionaires. I love a man with money. That's
Hmm.
just what it is.
Yes.
I,
I used to
the
read
more
them
the
so much
merrier.
back. Yeah, I used to love billionaire stories.
I
Yeah.
love billionaire books. I love
Hmm.
mafia tropes. I
Me
like,
too.
but I love.
No.
I'm getting to that point, but I don't know. Like I feel like romance is so vast, like that even the most cliche thing, if you can do it right, can feel like its own thing too.
Right. Right.
Like obviously, Secret Baby is
Oh,
out of this world.
That definitely is. Oh.
every.
The surprise Secret Baby is always going to be the surprise Secret Baby. But everybody doesn't write the secret. The baby
The
might
same
be
way. Right.
10 years old. It might be a newborn. It
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
maybe So for me, I don't know. Like I feel like if you could write anything that's overused, I guess in romance, but definitely the trope with the man with the money,
Hmm.
the nerdy girl gets the guy. Like those
Yeah.
things
Right.
that never
Isn't
get
that?
old. They're just always going to be a classic to me.
And I think last week Jennifer said, well, for her is the boss when you fall in love with the boss,
Workplace romance,
or
yes.
the boss is into you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Katina? What you think is an overused one that you love, secretly love?
It's overused and it usually frustrates me. But when you have a dysfunctional mama,
Oh
that's
man,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
just downright dirty
yeah,
trash.
And
yeah.
for a minute, it seemed like that's what a lot of what we were reading. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness, what is going on with all these terrible dysfunctional
It's
parents?
but
Oh man.
but you secretly, I don't know. I secretly love. I like that too, and I secretly love it a little bit because I don't know. I like healing, and I think that sometimes like that is some of that cliche stuff is a part of it. Jennifer says she
Hmm.
like one night stand. Okay, I do like a one night stand that leads in a secret baby.
That's too.
He's a millionaire from his workplace.
And that's usually what you think, but you know what? That's usually how it goes, though.
I
It's usually
do
from a
love
one
that.
night stand. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man,
That's
you're right.
I do love that. So yes, I feel you.
Oh man. Um. Okay, so for those who haven't read Crash yet, can you give us a brief overview of what it's about?
I wrote Crash, and it was about a lot, honestly. But so
Mhm.
okay, so Crash, obviously it was a part of a series, right? So shout out to Aisha Bree. She's always includes me in any collaboration or any, group project that we do. So when she came to us with the medical romance, surprisingly, it was really difficult for all of us to get started. We were just like scratching our head a little bit, like, okay, we've just decided on these titles, but I'm not really sure where I'm going. So Crash follows a single mom, Sumitra. Um, Crash follows a single mom. Her name is Sumitra. She's got a teenage son, and they experience a wreck. And from there, she gets into a car wreck, but she also somehow finds love. Like, even though she doesn't know that yet. However, he knows that.
Yeah.
So part of her taking care of her son during this process after the wreck, they we're looking at physical therapy and things like that, and she starts to early relationship between her son's physical therapist and her is kicks off, and he's very clear about what's happening. So it follows Sumitra and Malik through St. Ambrose, which is a hospital that we created, and it's just a love story. It has a little drama in it. I didn't want a whole lot, but it has a little drama in it. I don't know. I didn't want to start writing. Yeah, a little. I cut some parts out.
Yeah, I
Surprisingly.
saw you. I saw you. I read your note in the back of the book about it was
Mhm.
supposed to be a novella.
Yeah.
Oh
It
man.
was really supposed to be something quick, fun. They get in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big,
Big Dr.
You say
big
Daddy.
Dr.
time.
Daddy, huh?
Yes, that's pretty much it. She gets into a car wreck. The healing has to start, but she's also the reason why they're in the car wreck presents
Mhm.
itself in human form. So that just kind of makes what she's dealing with 10 times harder.
Right.
Um, but Malik's just not really going for any of it.
Okay,
No.
so if you were describing Sumitra to somebody as far as who she is and her personality, how would you describe her?
Hmm.
Definitely giving Cash Doll. That was originally who that's who vibe I was kind of feeling, because she's been in the media a lot, kind of moving on with her life from her ex-boyfriend, her kid's father. So to me, I just felt like that, getting back to um getting back to just being fun and flirty, and she was kind of finding herself too, and she
Right.
loved adrenaline. So I just felt
Mhm.
like for me it was Cash Doll with just her sense of humor, and the fact that she was also at a point of like trying to move on, and giving herself a chance to find love again, and meeting
Hmm.
somebody that is the exact opposite of who she was with at first. So I'd say Cash Doll a little bit. Let's think, who else? Ooh, there was another single mom that I thought about when I was writing her.
Yeah, I love the fact that she was a single mother, but she was also she had a career,
Yeah.
a very important, a
Oh,
very
yeah.
Mm.
important career, and also is not one that you see a lot of females where she was a lieutenant firefighter.
I
I
mean,
love
this
that.
is
Um,
something I felt like that he would have to work to knock her walls down, because even if
mhm,
there was very minimal baby daddy drama, he was still going to have a long road ahead of him, because
Right.
she had been by herself for a long time.
mhm,
So
Mhm.
I needed to, and I think that's the thing about creating characters, is that goes into it too. Everything you do has to tie in some way, form, or fashion. So
Right.
when I was creating her character, I was like, she needs to be somebody strong, but not too strong to where she can't even consider it. She can't even
right.
fathom that it could happen to her. But there needs there needs to be something that makes him have to show up and feed into that adrenaline a little bit, to kind of get her out of her shell that she's in, and when she's not working.
Yeah.
Right. And with Malik, I like that because she has always been the mother and the father
Right.
to her son, and had to take care of everything on her own. So he had to come in a way where he could match, well, basically exceed
Exactly.
her energy, basically,
Exactly.
because she, like you said, she was not going to just
Right.
let
She's gonna
anybody
make us stand on
in,
business at
right?
every turn, and she meant that
Every turn.
every turn.
She did not miss a turn.
She did not miss a
And I'm
turn.
sure
There
that
was no
it's
U
like we
turns.
all
Not a
No.
right,
one.
and I'm sure we all know people too where um, it's difficult when you've been, or like you said, on your own for so long. It's just
Hmm.
been you and your son, and then you want to bring love. Somebody's trying to come into your space,
Yeah.
basically, um, and so you have to decide because she is in this position where she doesn't really need a guy financially or anything like that. Because that's another
Sure does.
Right.
overused cliche is when they,
Right.
the knight in shining armor when they come.
I
But
feel
he
like her
definitely still was
damsel in
a knight in
distress.
shining armor though, but
He
in a
was.
different way.
And I wanted her to be one, but not from her own doing, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want it to be because she had to not show up to work and couldn't pay the bill. I
Right.
didn't want it to be something like that because I did want her to be different, right? I did want
Hmm.
her, because sometimes we see it in, books that, the dads aren't around, they're just having a hard time. I didn't want any of that. I wanted her to be a damsel in distress, but it wasn't by her own doing. It's just something that happened to her. It like, yeah.
And just the crash itself made her a damsel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted it to be
Right.
from this crash,
Hmm.
something external and not something internally, right?
Right.
Because she
Right.
couldn't
Right.
get it together. She couldn't figure it out. I didn't want it to be like that.
Right. And I appreciated that. Especially reading a lot, you read a lot of the same, things. So I appreciated that. Now, one thing I did notice, and I made a note when I was reading when I first started. I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. I thought it was weird that after they had the crash, and she wakes up and she don't know where her son is, but the first thing she started noticing is checking the doctor out. I'm like,
I
okay,
listen, and I put that in there. I did. I put that in there because I'm a mom,
I
but
mean, look at him.
he ain't blind, like. But I
I
feel
had,
like
I had to, I had to, I had to. I'm like, okay, this I don't get it, but okay, but I don't care how far he was, and my baby is somewhere that I don't
I
see.
feel
I ain't got
you.
no eyes on him. I'm like, okay,
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
but I
You're right.
understood where you were going with
But I was
it.
like, I gotta kick it off like this. I didn't, because I felt like if I didn't do it like instantly and I waited too long, then
Right.
I feel like I was gonna have to work a little bit harder.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And again, this was supposed to be a very quick wham bam. This was not supposed to be some long drawn out. She didn't went and met the parent, like his mom. Like, that stuff was not outlined. I was like, this makes sense. So this is what
Hmm.
we're doing.
Hmm. But you know what? I read a lot of paranormal, and that happens a lot in paranormal
It
stuff.
does
Where it's like,
really fast.
like
Really fast. Really fast.
Tina, what did you think as far as what were your thoughts as far
I
as
thought I loved it because you know how we always say us against the world because
hmm
we always want to see the couple working together
Yeah,
against something as opposed to them working against each
each
other.
other,
yeah.
right?
So I felt like this is moving in the right direction. But then I was like, wait, it's too soon. Something's about to happen.
But then, yeah, but then you see, she took it. She did not like. She did not make it easy for him at all.
No.
And then she
Oh,
was fighting against herself. She wouldn't get out of her own way.
would not get out
Um,
of our own
but
way.
then she had a good reason to step aside and
She
like,
did.
okay, and put him in the doghouse.
Oh, I mean, I've heard so much. Like,
She said, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to show this Negro something because he got the
yeah,
wrong one. And that's like me. That's
for
me.
sure. He gonna be crawling back, like
Yes. Yes.
crawling back.
I
So
will
I was so mad at
on
me about that.
Instagram we have author Monica Walter I'm sorry, my mouth.
Hey,
Hey,
Monica.
Author
Monica.
Monica Walters on Instagram.
Hey, Monica, welcome. She's been on
Hey,
the show
Monica.
several times. I'm gonna have to get you on here, Monica, to talk about your book in the series.
Yes.
Hmm.
But yeah, she's been on a few times because I love her stuff.
I
Yes.
love Monica in
But
real life.
but yeah, he definitely got in the doghouse. That's when that alpha female came out. Like, okay, I'm about to show
Yeah,
him who he dealing with.
Yeah,
because
but he
she had
matched
let
her
him.
alpha too.
Yeah,
Yeah, she had let him kind of in a little bit, and I think he took it too far. And I think that was her thing. Like, hang on,
right,
wait a minute, wait,
right,
wait, 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 wait,
right.
wait, wait, wait. I
Mhm.
was, like you kind of took me a little fast here with this. Now that I'm finding this out, but I don't know. People were like, feel like she drug it. She probably did, but that's just it is like that sometimes. Like,
It did seem like she was there taking it, definitely taking it.
but it's like that sometimes. I mean, and I feel like too with that I had to pick my battles on whether
Right.
I wanted to go too far into why she was really doing this, and that
Mhm.
yes, it was about him, taking her power, if you will, not listening, not letting her do it. But
Yeah.
she was also pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really feel like that part of it I didn't go as far into, but that was another reason why she was so just pausing on everything.
Right.
It
Mhm.
wasn't just him. It was, I need to pause on everything for a minute
Right, right.
because I'm about to have a son that's graduating
Yeah.
high school, and
And
Right.
now this.
now this, and then
And
this,
a
and
baby.
then this.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus she had her deadbeat ex back in the picture.
Yeah,
So
and then
Oh,
that part of it, I felt like it wasn't it. He got the brunt of what she was dealing with, but that's how it is sometimes with your loved
mhm,
ones. You don't
mhm.
yeah.
intentionally do that, but that's a real part of being in a relationship and a partnership.
Right.
Period. That sometimes your loved one takes the brunt of, and they're not even the one who really did anything, because she
No.
wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily really mad at him, but she did have to teach him, like, wait a minute, like, I'm completely cool with, like, being here with you, being in this space with you, but I don't need you doing all that for me. Just like, I don't need you like completely
Right.
locking it down and keeping me out. And again, I guess it's just really what you're into and what you
Right.
prefer. What because some people were like, yes, felt, and some people were like, no, I would have folded, and I would have folded, and I wanted to have fun with it and not make it, just like that.
Instant, yeah, that she gives
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
I did appreciate that too, because that happens a lot too.
it happens sometimes. And I've done
And,
that
and I
before.
like too
I
that
didn't
you
want,
made it where she acknowledged that it was hard not to give
Yes.
in. That she
yeah,
had to, because you have to begin how you want this relationship to end. You don't want, because if she had let that slide
Right.
where he treated her like a child,
right.
that would have continued.
Right, and this is a respect thing. Like,
Yes.
here we are. You
I
respect me
love
up to this
I
point.
love the relationship between. There were so many relationships. I love you.
I,
I love the relationship between Malik and his mother.
yes.
I love when it's a mother son relationship and a daughter father daughter relationship. So I love Samitra's relationship with her father,
John
and I
Mhm.
Dale.
love that they got together every Thursday
Yeah.
Yes.
for dinner. So
Yeah.
I love those aspects because I love anything with strong families and strong friendships. So I loved her friendships too. Her friendship.
So I'm writing the story for Halo. It's currently, that was what I'm working on when I'm
Okay,
in the break room. I'm writing Halo stories. So just by the way, but yes.
but you know what? It was giving enemies to lovers vibes with
Wasn't
him,
it?
and I'm like, oh
Wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
Enemies to lovers, but
no.
they met before.
Okay.
And yeah. And so I'm like literally at the point where I'm going back in their story when they meet at the pressure points.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
But things have happened in between that part. So
Okay.
I'm
I
having
did like his
fun.
energy though. I love the
I
way
love me some Da Vinci already.
yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm liking him. I'm liking him. I'm liking his energy. But so yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait
So
to read
But
that.
that's still Tristan, right? That's
which one?
that's still Tristan. Is that his name?
Which
Who?
one? Da
Her
Vinci,
her Simitra's partner.
Oh, Malik.
Malik.
Oh, Malik. No, no, no.
Malik
Okay.
is his friend. So him and Malik are friends from working out. So yes, she
Right.
said yes already.
Yeah, I'm ready for it too, Jennifer. I just hope it's not a whole lot of enemy type.
Oh no, it's not. I wanted to keep it very cute,
It's a whole
very
lot.
playful, because
Yeah,
she's
for
a
me, it's probably the.
It's a whole lot.
You know what? I can handle a little bit, but when it
so
goes on and on and on, I'm like, oh my gosh. I usually just
it
skip
ain't
right
too. It's
past
not
that.
too over the top. It's not too toxic because but she is not feeling him. And the thing is that she's a super fan. So now
Right.
so her seeing him as an actual person, she like I don't know if I actually like
Right.
And you know that happens too when
y'all, but I'm
you
giving him a
expectation.
side eye a little bit. So
Yeah.
But I loved her friend. Was it Winnie? I love when
yes,
because she knows she was like, no, she loves
no,
you.
hang on.
She like, nah. She love you.
Yeah, she does. Hang on. Let
She's
me
a super
put my
fan.
girl out there like that. But yes, no, I'm in the process of giving Halo a story. You will see a little bit of Sinitra and Malik, but not a lot, because Halo has her own friends too, so she's not from there. So just I'm
Okay.
having fun with it so far.
Hmm. I can't wait. Okay, so
Thank you.
yeah, I can't wait to read it. Now you know what I love too. I love a man who knows how to treat a woman, and Malik was, he was just from the get go. He was sending her food when she was in the hospital, looking after her
Yeah.
son, making sure she ate.
Yeah.
And he was claiming her from the get go. I'm like, like you my woman.
They won.
He was very
And
clear about
claiming her son as his. He's like, okay.
Yeah,
he
our
was very clear
son.
about that. My favorite scene is the chapel. I have to say my favorite kickoff was the chapel.
Oh,
Like
yep,
I
yep.
was like, okay,
But I
you're gonna
loved
have
his
to do
mother,
it,
how she
friend.
gives it to him straight too. She like this woman has and her son have been through been through a lot. And her concentration needs to be on her son. And you know
Mhm.
what? And that's one of the things too I wanted to talk to you about because I what's the I liked how he came behind her, but I also thought that he was losing himself because he was so focused on her. And
On
usually it's
her.
the woman that
Yeah.
does that. So I thought it was interesting that you had the man actually because he was everything was going by the wayside. Even his mother was like, I paid for you to be able to, and you letting your career just go. You're not getting ahead of this. You're not, you're moving
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually it was during their break that he started like doing the stuff that he needed to do in his
Right.
own
Yeah.
life.
And again, and that's a little bit of why I needed to stretch it a little bit too, because I wanted him to be able to, you know, turn that thing around too. Like he needed to be able to come back with something. He couldn't come back and he had lost his job.
Right,
Like
right, right,
he
right,
couldn't come back like that.
right. And
There
she
was
kept asking him too. She said, "You can tell me. I just go
Right.
back to work." I guess she said, "Look, I don't, if I have to go back to work, that ain't no problem."
and
But
he just like
Guess
no,
what?
I feel like that part was me showing that sometimes things like this have to happen to kind of move people out of their comfort zones. And, sometimes stepping into one lane can, and getting comfortable in that one can help you move into a different one. I
hmm
think that's a little bit of how, my writing started. Like I've been single for a very long time before I met my husband. And I didn't think about writing or having a hobby for a while because I
hmm
had two kids as a single parent, right? Like
hmm
you don't get to think about your hobbies. You don't get to
right,
think about
right,
the things you love to do because you got to pay bills. You
right,
gotta, these kids need things. They don't care about your dreams. Like the electricity does not run on
right,
dreams.
right, right.
So you don't get to step into something that you don't even get to consider it.
Right.
So when I met my husband and I had a second income,
Mm.
you got help, you got
It frees you
things you
up.
don't have to really
Yeah.
do. Yeah, you don't have to work. I was like, so when my friend came to me, I was like, okay, I probably could do it, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna pray about it and then we'll see what happens. And so I felt like I put a little bit of every part of my story into this story with Malik and Samitra,
hmm
because him finding love also, I think, pushed him to, do the thing that he wanted to do because he loved to do it, right? And
Right.
he wanted to do it no matter what.
Right. So it was basically a blessing in
A
disguise.
blessing in
Yeah,
disguise,
because
right?
that was on, his plan all along.
I like that.
But he needed that push. But I
Yeah,
still think I love the way it was flipped because it's usually the woman that is given, so much into the relationship that they lose
Right.
mhm.
themselves. But in this case, it was him, and I thought that was interesting. What about you, Katina? What were some highlights for you,
Um,
or what was your
I
thoughts
like
on that?
one of my favorite moments was the banana pudding scene.
Mm, mhm.
Remind, I'm trying to remember
They were on the
The first night
patio
on the
eating
video.
banana
okay,
pudding,
okay.
and the knock came on the door,
Yep.
and he said, "I'm trying to feed my woman banana pudding." I died. I died like three times.
And you over here handling business, you was interrupting us. You in the way.
Right.
That was like the least important part of that moment.
You really was, but he's like, bro, I was in the middle of something.
I just thought that was
They
sweet.
had so many moments.
So many. That's like the picnic,
Hmm.
first date.
Yeah,
That was really sweet. I also loved the relationship between Sumitra and his mom.
yeah,
Their
yeah,
Insta connection
yeah,
was really sweet.
yeah.
I love that.
And I think that's why his mom was able to kind of, speak with her and already feel the vibes because she was Sumitra at one point. She didn't have an out,
Right,
right?
Right.
Like, no one showed up like Malik saving the day. She had to do it herself.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew exactly why Sumitra was upset because she's been a single parent before. You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody with some balls coming in telling you anything. You done it yourself. Like, hold on,
Right.
wait a minute. Where were you? Like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
I
Like, hold on.
loved her.
Yeah,
Um, and then I love the growth in Samaj too
Samaj.
from when
Yeah.
we first meet him.
Woo!
The story for me, I really felt like when I figured him out,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the rest is because at first I wasn't sure how it was really going to start it out. I wasn't really sure what the argument was going to be, if it was going to be between them or she just
Mhm.
wasn't like
Right.
I didn't really know. But once I figured his character out and his motivations and like, and then again, my son just turned 18, so I also have one at this point that
Right. Where
I
you
don't
can
even know
draw
what
from.
to call it. Yeah, I don't know what to call what the ism is, but it's something with them like straddling that line between
Hmm.
legally being an adult and still not being an
Right.
adult, and thinking that they know everything, that they have everything, or taking something and making it something that it's not, because it wasn't just about
Right.
Ash,
Right.
right? It was about you not letting anybody play with you like
Right.
that. Like, I don't want you setting yourself up. I don't want you to think that it's okay for people to come in and out of your life,
Right.
Right.
or for people to all of a sudden just pop back in. And so there was just so many. I love them so much. I really did. I did not want them to end. I really didn't. I could have kept writing there. I could have kept writing on them if.
So is Halo going to be connected? Are we still going to get Malik and because I know you said she has other friends. So
Yeah, so they're gonna pop up in here because Malik and Da Vinci are friends.
Right.
okay,
So it's gonna, Malik you'll probably see a lot more of Malik than you do Sumitra, but there will be moments where they're together because they're in the same friend group, whether they
right,
like it or not.
right.
Especially with her having the baby, your friends are always over at Brown.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
and that's just Halo's personality.
I'm looking forward to reading more of your work because
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed this. And
Thank you.
Katina, did you have anything else before because we getting close to time?
2 words. Romy Rome.
Roman. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I love their little flirting back and forth.
Yeah.
I loved it.
They were so cute, and that was the thing too. Like I wanted them, because they were older. I still wanted them to be able to have fun and it not be all serious,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the like. I wanted them to just have fun and just be, and I think they did that very well together. Besides that, one little hiccup, but she let a lot of things fool her, and he let a lot of things slide. I think that he should have just let her know, like, I'm not wrapped too tight. Like
Well, he did it so in a few
he did. It was very subtle, but I feel like it was very subtle. But the first time Ash showed up, he probably should have looked at her and been like, okay.
Yeah.
There's too much drama.
I'll tell you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But I just love the way he embraced her son and the respect that Samaj gave him
Sure.
because it's not easy when somebody else is especially with a mother
Yeah.
or son, another man is coming into the
Yeah.
picture that doesn't
Yeah.
always go over well. So I
Yeah.
was glad that they were able to
Yeah, but I think that's what he wanted from Ash. So when he realized that it didn't have to come from Ash,
right.
Mm.
I think that loosened him up just a little bit. Like, okay, like I thought that this had to come from, and I mean that's something you deal with as a single parent too. It's a catch-22. You get with someone and it's great, or you get with somebody and it's not, or
Right.
you stay single and you put all your attention on this, and maybe they did need a father figure. You know what I mean? Like it's really you just have to do what works best. So I like that. And again, that's why I kind of made the relationship what it was, because I didn't want her to have to introduce Samaj. I didn't want her to have to fold him in
Right,
and
right.
plot the line from that interaction. That
Right.
wouldn't have been fun for me. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't.
Mhm.
Love it. And also love the little talks between I had my I had to plug in my laptop, sorry. The scene between Samitra's father and Malik.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he didn't go over top, but he was letting them know. He said, "You didn't cheat, did you?"
Right.
Like, what did you do to my?
Because wait, I don't know if I need to advocate for you or not. If you win,
Right.
I'm not advocating for you. But if you, because he's a man too, right? Like I think that was a part. I'm a man. You do what you do. But if you cheated, you just need to go ahead and roll
Right.
go ahead on. So I wanted, because again, that's important to me. Like
Mhm.
that's important, and it was important to him too. I
Yes,
love John Dale
I love Samitra's relationship with her stepmother
with her
too.
stepmother.
Mhm.
Serena.
Mhm.
Now Lorena, she ran her mouth a little too much, but whatever.
She did. She did.
She did. She ran. Hold on now, but I like them together too. I
Yeah.
like the family dynamic. That was the reason why I was, the Thursday them just meeting for dinner and
Mhm. Loved
just
it.
family.
And like you said, found family. I love their unit now. She has a second and third mother now,
Yeah.
with her stepmother and Malik's mother,
Yep.
and then he has her father and her stepmother. So
Yeah.
I just love the whole
And
dynamic.
Samaj, and I just, he's just. I think he was a lover too, and you don't really know that until that person that you want to love properly comes around.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
the end, like
Yeah.
the end. But yeah,
But
I deleted some scenes. I deleted him. I did. I really did. I deleted some scenes because it was. I was like,
taking on a life of its own.
wait a minute. We need to rein it in, friend. They're gonna be about this bad. So I did rein it in a little bit, because I mean at first the situation between him and Ash was a big thing.
Oh, it's
Right.
bigger. Oh,
Then
okay.
I was like, I don't know, I don't really like that part, because
Mhm.
I want to spend my words on him loving Sinitra, not worrying about a dusty, rusty, crusty ex baby daddy. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
we're not doing it. We're not giving Ash too much screen time. We're just not. So
That's a good point.
Yeah, I like that. I
That's
like
a
it.
good point. Mhm.
But great job.
thank
And
you.
like I said, I'll be looking out for the next book.
Yes, thank you. And thank you if you read the whole series because we really enjoyed writing it. We all had a really good time. We all had a really good time. I don't even think we intended for it to like we just wanted to pick a subject
Right,
and
right.
right? So I appreciate everyone reading. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight too to hang out with me. Jennifer,
Yes.
I love you.
And Myra says she's going
Appreciate it.
to she she's going to I think she said she already has one of yours, I believe. But yeah, so I'm going to the next one, which is Monica's, right? And
Yes.
then Aisha Bree is going to be on here too, so I need to read
Yes.
hers and just continue.
You'll have fun. It'll be fun because St.
Amazing.
Ambrose is a mess.
It's a mess. An awesome ride.
Man,
We had a good time.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
all right, we're gonna have to have you back
Yes, I
later.
love that.
Alrighty. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening,
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
I'll be in touch.
All right, have a good one, y'all.
Yeah, good
You too.
night.
All right, so we're gonna move into our second segment where we do our highlight of the week and turn this off. Do we have any comments? I meant to ask you before she went off before she left if we had any comments over there on Instagram.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now we're going into our highlights for the week. And again, if you missed the beginning where I was saying it doesn't have to be anything that we read recently, it could be or it could not. It doesn't have to be. It's just something that stood out to us, usually 4 or 5 stars that we want to share with other book lovers. If you have read any of our highlights, please let us know in the comments your thoughts on the book. And if you ever read any of our highlights, also please let us know what you thought. All righty. So who wants to go first?
I'm good to go first.
You good to go first? Okay.
I am.
All righty. Let me pull up the cover. And when I saw it, I'm like, okay, she didn't tell me about this book, and I see a dog on here. You know, I love.
I know. You know who recommended this to me?
Who?
Jennifer.
Okay.
So I knew I
I
picked.
like Tay Monet too. She's been on the show too.
Yeah, she
But
has. Mm-hmm.
but I downloaded it, so I'm gonna check it out.
Yes. It's not bad to. I'm trying to think about the Audible because I think I listened to it. The Audible was pretty good. Too,
Okay.
I believe. I can't remember. I've been listening to so many different Audibles. I'm trying to remember which one this one was. But
I
this,
know they start boring.
Hear My Heart by Tay Monet. Um, if you can't see the cover, she has a hearing aid on. She's deaf,
Hmm.
and that is her emotional, I guess, her support. You
Support
know, the
dog.
dog, her dog that
Mhm.
helps her do everything when she turns off her ears. He lets her know when somebody's knocking on the door, stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, so the genre is I guess is romance. It was published April this year, so
Okay.
this is the new one. And it's about 314 pages, give or take. So I wrote a little synopsis
Okay.
of what this of this book. So let's see. The main character, Nakira, grew up deaf in a family that didn't nurture her. As a result, she had to deal um, with neglect. They didn't try to learn to communicate with her using ASL or anything like that. She felt isolated because of all of that. And the first man to show her some attention Rome, she fell for because other men didn't kind of give her that attention.
Hmm.
What she thought was a good relationship was actually the opposite. Um, and then you add in Rome's overbearing parents. Um, oh Lord, ooh, his parents were they were pretty bad.
Oh my goodness.
But they were more like they were like high class, like just kind of like conniving behind the scenes, doing things to make
Oh no.
trying to keep up appearances type of
Hmm.
parents. And Rome was basically under their influence,
Mm.
and he didn't mind it at all. Um, and with all of that, they mistreated her. They talked down to her, and he would never really like come to her rescue and defend her.
Mm.
So anyway, overbearing parents. She started to kind of rethink the relationship. Um, a big event happens that causes Rome's parents to have to take the lead over his affairs.
Mm.
Um, it was an accident, and so they barely told her that he was in the hospital. She kind of finds out everything like secondhand. She tries to make decisions because they're actually engaged, but she doesn't get that respect from them
Mhm.
because they kind of look down on her, type of thing. Um,
Now, is it because do they look down on her because of her disability, or because of just they think that her social status is, or
her
is it both?
social status,
Okay.
and they really think that their son is amazing,
Mm.
just moon stars. They're just
Right.
over the top about their awesome son.
Right.
Who's not awesome, by the way. So,
Right. Yeah.
but what happens is because he is in the hospital, we get introduced to his brother Creed, and Creed has also issues with the parents. They've kind of shooed him away because they don't really think he's up to their standard either, and he's their own son.
Right.
So when he comes into town because his brother's in the hospital, he stays with Nakira while he's in the hospital, while his brother Rome is in the hospital. Things happen, as you know they would. Um, let's see. They said Rome goes through it, and Creed and Nakira form an amazing bond that will challenge her relationship with Rome. At the same time, it also empowers her to stand up to Rome's parents, Creed's influence. Um, and a lot of things are uncovered, secrets are told, and Akira has to make some decisions about her relationship, about her life. Creed also has to make some decisions about how he should deal with his parents and how he should deal with his brother Rome, who, you know, he's living with his fiance still.
Right. Right.
Like, so she's kind of battling with this is your brother. And that
Mm.
no, I'm not a hoe. So it was,
Right.
it's
The
challenging, but
forbidden,
it's
the
not.
forbidden love. Yeah.
Yeah, because the circumstances around it make room for her decision. That it doesn't make her come off like she's like a slut or something.
Mm.
It's pretty. But it's a lot of emotional. Like she goes through a lot with these parents, and they don't hold their tongue about anything to about her, to her face, to her back, to her side. And he, like I said, he never really corrects them and just lets them just
So she doesn't have her own support system as far as friends or anything like that.
no. So it's because she could be because of the isolation
Mm.
from her younger years. She
Mm.
never really made friends. So it was her and her dog. you know. So, but it's a beautiful story. And it's, you do get a little anxious and a little cringy, like I said, frustrated with the way she's mistreated. But Creed to the rescue is, he's amazing. Like,
Okay.
he's got that rough, soft, you know what I mean? Like, we always see those alphas, those males that are soft with their women,
Right.
but they can handle business when they need to handle
Right.
business. So,
Right. Those are my favorites.
yeah, yeah. And I loved it. I loved it.
Not
I loved
afraid to
how.
get their hands dirty. I think that's why I love mafia stories.
But he definitely, he was, and the thing is, that's the difference between her actual fiance and him, was that he protected her, and
Oh,
he
Jennifer
made.
said she had her cousin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, right. Her cousin. Yes. But right. That was the only, like, real family or anybody that she really had. Um. But yeah, they. I don't know. It was a good story. And I
And
just read
it
it.
sounds like it too, and I love the cover too. So yeah.
And that was the
Um,
first time I read anything about a deaf character. So that was interesting
I can't even remember if
to
I
read
have.
about.
I'm sure I have. But so I ended up downloading this one, and then
Hmm.
last week I downloaded Jennifer's highlight. So I have two
Okay.
more on my TBR that I have to read.
Oh Lord.
Um, but I know I always do it to y'all too. So
Wait a minute, what was Jennifer's highlight? Because
her highlight was Jennifer. What was your highlight last week? I don't have my thing in front of me. Okay, so I'm going to while she's getting that, let me pull up mine. I don't see any of my IR people out. I forgot to let them they know about. Well, no, I think Island is out there, but
hmm.
mine is a multicultural IR, but interracial.
Okay.
Let's see, black woman, white male, and it's been a while since I read this, but I remember loving it. Um, and it's Falling for Autumn is the name of it. She just put it in the
Okay.
but this is Beautiful Chaos by Keita Kendrick, and it's this is book one. Actually, let me get my notes. This is book one of three books series, and it's 340 pages. Erica not out here today, but 'cause I know she was talking about the page count. Um, I
Yeah.
already said the genre is interracial romance, multicultural. It is available on Kindle Unlimited. It's, as of this date, because you know it goes in and out sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll read the synopsis. And Keita Kendrick has been on the show, but I think she was on for a different book.
Okay.
But okay, so Desiree, family, Desiree is the one who's talking, that character. Family, being a member of the Evans family had never been easy. By the time I was 16, I had been snatched twice, shot at, and knifed in the back. Yet I turned out to be the tame one, the one that had been smart enough to stay away from my family business until my father dragged me back in. Animals were what the Vallon family were known to be, and my father had offered me up like a juicy steak, not only to save his own skin, but also to bridge a gap between two groups set to engage in a merger that would only end in bloodshed. And this is Kane, the other character speaking. The cannibal. That's the name they had chosen for me. I've been groomed to take on the role of executioner, strike down those who stood against us, punish those who threatened us, destroy those who needed killing. I did my job well. I did it with no mercy. I did it because I loved feeding my animalistic urges. There was one thing that quieted the animal inside, but Desiree Evans had no idea I existed. My secret obsession with her had been my only source of therapy. Her lure had the ability to quiet my beast even at a distance until she became my brother's fiance.
Ooh. Ooh.
Another brother.
Ooh.
I just noticed.
Ooh. Wait a minute.
I love this cover too. Woo,
Yes,
woo.
Lord. Have
Goodness gracious.
How many books in this series?
3. And this is book
Okay,
1.
that's not bad.
Okay, so what I remember about, I was looking for my review, but I can't find it. And I know I normally you leave a review. Now this was back in 2020 during the pandemic when I read this, but
Mhm.
um, I remember I loved all the action in the story,
Okay.
and Keita Kendrick is good with that because even when she was on for Severe, her other book, that's one of the things that key things that stood out to me. Um, and then I agree with another reviewer that this could be a screenplay for an action movie, and that it is. It is like
Hmm.
it's so visual that it just plays out in your head as you're reading, and it was some hot love scenes in it and
Ooh.
lots of twists and turns. Very, very, very good. Very, very intense. Um, the kind of couples that I love, the couple that I love, with that ride or die mentality.
Mm-hmm.
They're for each other, and anybody, all the strife comes from people from the outside.
Right, right.
Yeah. So loved it. Loved it. Anybody? Oh, you have it, Jennifer?
It looks familiar for me. Like I
Jennifer,
almost
you need to read it, man. Oh man, it was so good. It was so good.
are they the 3 books? Are they brothers or like
Trying to remember.
the connection
I
with
want to say yes, but I can't. But I'm feel like I'm getting mixed up with another series too. Actually, let me look right quick and see. I think it is though.
I feel like I've seen this and I don't think I've read it. I might have. I don't.
Oh, you know what? Too, I forgot. I got the books right here.
Uh, okay.
How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is that book. Oh,
Okay.
let me take it off the screen. So this is the one that's my highlight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm missing one. Where the other one? The other one. Okay, this one is Quiet Chaos. I can't remember if this is book 1. I mean 2 or 3.
Okay.
But this one is Mecca family. Being a member of the Evans family was a blessing and a curse. By the time I was 16, I had committed 4 murders and had been beaten to within an inch of my life. Yet I had turned out to be the fighter, the one that had been strong enough to survive in the world of chaos. Set to marry into the Valen family, the arrangement would strengthen an alliance that could benefit our empires until our worlds collided and sent death chasing my spirit. Arjun, loud. It was the call sign I used when it was time to handle business, and it wasn't because I had a big mouth. As a key member of one of the most notorious crime syndicates in the world, I had more than enough power to have people fall at my feet until Mecca Evans. Mecca was the kind of trouble that flirted with death and made it blush. Was this going to be marriage of convenience, or had I set myself up with a woman that would rip me to shreds and use the pieces as filler for my casket lining? Okay, so it is. It looks like it's brothers.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and it doesn't show me if this is book 1 or I mean 2 or 3, but because it's 3 books and I don't know where the other one is. It's
Okay.
in here somewhere. But yeah, I remember it being very, very, very good. Very a lot of action, a lot of intensity between the even with the two main characters intensity.
Right.
Isla, yes, Isla, she is. I was hoping you were still out there. She is
Yeah.
good. You have. Oh yeah, you need to check out this series. Did you read Severe? Because she was on the show and she talked about Severe. That was also a very, very good book.
That is
Um,
standalone. Severe.
I believe it was a standalone.
Okay.
And man, that was so good too. I'm gonna have to make that one of my highlights too. Man, if you have, and then anybody who hasn't looked at, if you haven't watched that interview, you should go and check it out because we talk a lot about the book in it as well. But yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, some steamy scenes and lots of action. And if you like uh,
Cliffhanger.
mafia stuff, then this is the one for you.
There's no cliffhangers in this, is right.
I don't remember it being cliffhangers because
Okay.
I
All
usually
right.
seem like that would have stood out to me.
Okay. Okay.
But even if it is, all three books are out because this
Right.
came out
Go
a
right
while.
on to the next one.
Yeah. So but yeah, it's very very good. Even in severe, I think I even mentioned on the show when she was on that her action scenes, man, play out like like it is like the other reviewer said, like you watching a movie.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
That's good stuff.
Oh, and so you haven't read severe? Oh yeah, you have to check that out too. So yeah, check out severe, check out Beautiful Chaos, and the Chaos series. I think that's what it's called, the Chaos series. Um, you will not be disappointed at all. Um,
That's good
and
stuff.
her men are like they're alphas and they're kind of like complicated, damaged because Severe was very damaged. But of
Mhm.
course, the women that come into their lives um, calms their spirit in some way.
And the women, I'm assuming, have a little something going on with
Yes,
them too.
yes. I know, Isla. I know. I'm sorry. You see, I said I just added two. I added the one for today that Katina's highlighted, and then I added the one Jennifer had highlighted last week.
That's full. Four.
Man. But just like I was telling the author just now, Monet, because she said some book and I wrote it down. I'm like, okay, my TBR is
Five.
getting longer and longer and longer.
Wrote that down too. Good
Oh
Lord.
man.
Yeah, that was what that one was maybe for summer.
Yep, that one, and then she said another one too. That was what was that one? I just wrote it down.
Oh right, I did write
Um,
that down too. Where did I write it? I can't remember where I
she
wrote it.
said
BB
actually she said three because she said she loved the Underworld series by Nako. So I wrote that down. And then she said In the Gray by BB Reed.
in the gray, yeah.
Yep.
That's the one.
And then I remember Jennifer had put in there that In the Gray was good too. She put it in the comments when she mentioned it. So I'm gonna have to look both of those up. I mean all three of those up and check those out. But yeah, yeah, you all will not be disappointed. Just get the guy on that cover.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
But
heaven.
yeah, thank you everybody though for coming out. This is our show for today. So thank you for coming out and being so engaged and supporting the show. It was truly appreciated. And remember to continue to get lit with the Book Buzz Show. And I hope you all join us next week for our show. We will be speaking with let's see, we'll be speaking with Aries Sky. Um, we're going to be talking about her Love Brothers series, book one, Supreme.
Okay.
So hopefully you all can check that out next week at 8 p.m. All right, everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll see you next